I have this inventory thing knocked out.
Last time on Astro's Dev Log, Astro completed the design pattern course and started redoing parts of the poorly made February horror class, beginning with the interaction system and the inventory, unaware of the challenges that laid ahead. Now playing entry number 3.
Hello, my name is Astro-Drifter. It's been a rather long time since the last entry, sorry about that, but I have a lot to say. Again. Also, let me know what you think of this new little mini-me in the comments. I'm trying to make things as fun as possible, and that means throwing a lot of things at the wall and seeing what sticks, so let me know what you think. Have you ever played Minecraft? How about Resident Evil? Maybe Tarkov? I know you've played Fortnite, or at least seen it. These games have a lot in common, but one thing that we're going to focus on is inventory. They all have a wonderful way for the player to pick things up, hold on to them, and then use them at a later point. Making something similar to this has absolutely crushed me. I had no idea how complex these systems could actually be. I'll try to give you the fast version, but things got very complicated very quickly. This all started by trying to follow along with a YouTube series. And the issue that you always run into when you do this is that you have to find a way to adapt their content to your situation. This is a very common thing, but this time around it was not straightforward. Like I said, these systems are massive and complicated, and to make things somewhat worse, most of them are in 2D, which mine is in 3D, which makes things slightly more complicated. Anyways, I managed to claw my way through about 3 or 4 hours worth of YouTube videos with no progress. So then I tried making my own by piecing things together, and that went even worse. I could give you the nitty-gritty details, but just know that this took place over about 2 weeks. That's a long time for one thing. And at this point, I'd had enough. So, one rainy afternoon, I made a pact that by the end of that night, I was going to have knocked this thing out. I was going to have something. I even made a brand new test bench so I could start with a completely clean slate. I found a video that looked like it covered just enough of what I'd wanted, and then I let my mind rest for a few hours. Up to this point, it had been something I've been trying to do every single day. And when I finally got home from work, I made some coffee, dramatically stared out the window while listening to the Doom Eternal soundtrack. Then I went to my machine, locked the door, turned out the lights, and binged my way through this video. I started around 5 p.m. And about 5 hours later, at about 10:30, I had an inventory that worked. Sort of. This was the video that finally allowed me to move forward. We featured this channel in in my devlog before. This is CodeMonkey. Mr. CodeMonkey, if you ever see this, I may not understand everything you do, but you've been an integral part of basically everything so far. So thank you for all of the amazing videos you have on your channel. If you're a game developer out there, check his channel out. He's done some amazing work. So, with that done, well, I'm out of the woods, right? No, not even close. Here is the problem. An inventory system grows in complexity as the number of things inside it increases, specifically when they aren't the same type of thing. Eventually, there will be a point when the inventory is completely finished, but that will only happen once you've also finished every single pickupable thing in your game. If not for AI, I'd say that this is the most complex part of any game. I've been on a break from coding things since then. It seems every time I step back in, it goes right back to the inventory. So I've been doing a little bit of Blender and a little bit of graphic design to keep myself proactive. But I'm not going to lie to you about the fact that this has really stuck with me. I've never had an interest in making my own complex mechanics like this, which begs the real question, of course. Why bother? I told you that I was trying to fix up the February horror course so I could learn. But this really shook me to my foundation. The whole point of going on this holy crusade of knowledge was so that I could use what I learned to finish Project Peel. Now I find myself fixing up somebody else's mess for nothing more than the experience of doing it. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it now. Perhaps it's time to abandon this fix-up idea and find another course with another skilled instructor. Which sucks, considering how much time and effort has gone into it thus far, but sometimes you have to walk away. Not all the time, but sometimes. So to summarize, I've been struggling with building an inventory and find myself strongly considering moving away from the current path that I've dedicated myself to for the last 2 months. Nothing is concrete, though. I still haven't made a decision on that. For now, a loose plan would be to look into other courses that are similar to this horror one, or continue the struggle to program this old course the right way. If I do that, I'm thinking the next big hurdle that I want to tackle is weapons. Which, of course, leads me right back to the inventory. In short, things are kind of a mess right now, but I'll muscle my way through it. Like my man Michael Myers always says, and do you know why he says that? Because Michael doesn't get distracted when it comes to chasing his goals. He doesn't have time for talking, he's got work to do. You think he's got time for questions? You think he has doubts about what he does? Think again. He's built on business. A man with a one-track mind for killing babysitters and traumatizing the Midwest. He's a cold killer shark, and nothing is going to distract him from the smell of blood in the water. He is the shape of focus, and nothing will stop him from burying a knife in your chest. And the thing is, maybe, if we could be more like him, if we acted more and thought less, if we stopped filling ourselves with self-doubt and pity, and we focused on what we wanted, and took more of the shots we could to get it. If we instead expected to piece everything together as we plodded along, rather than expecting everything to go perfectly, maybe we'd get to the places that we never thought we could. This is Astro-Drifter, signing off.